Alright gang, welcome back to our Island Preservation Challenge on Ronida Island. It is still January. We are still in the process here of kind of getting everything else taken care of here. I need to unfold this thing evidently. There we go. And there we go. So the workers already started the process here of harvesting this knife field, as I like to call it, because the field kind of looks like a knife. If I bring up the menu here, well, you can't really see it that one, but you can see it in here. Kind of looks like a knife, like a butcher knife type of thing. But anyway, we are going to continue the process here of getting this field all harvested up and get some more cotton bales for Grandma's knitwear. There's quite a bit in Grandma's knitwear as it currently stands. We finished our coastal cotton field yesterday. Well, I say yesterday. We finished, as recording goes, yes, yesterday. But we finished our coastal cotton harvest in the last episode. And there's quite a bit there in Grandma's knitwear for her to get through, or for the grannies to get through. 14,000 liters to be exact. It is going to take a little bit of a while for that to actually happen. Might want to consider, I mentioned this in the last episode, I think, but we might want to consider putting down another Grandma's knitwear, potentially. I think it really depends on how fast they are able to chew through what's in there. Because realistically, I'd like to have as many clothes as humanly possible ready to go here in a couple of months to sell, because we're going to be in a spot where we're producing a hell of a lot of money. We're looking at, I'm hoping, somewhere between $300,000 and $400,000, which is astronomical amount of money. What that will mean is that we will be able to, which I've been kind of preaching for a while, we'll be able to get a cotton harvester, which is really key for us right now. We really need one of these cotton harvesters, and they're very, very expensive, as you can tell. Now, you might say to yourself, well, if you're only going to get $400,000, you only have $6,000. How are you going to get there? Well, we've got other things to sell as well. We do, right? We've got sorghum to sell, which we're going to try to do that today. We can look at the eggs. We've got the crickets to sell, right? We've got a lot still that we can sell that get us to that point, but we will see. We will see. Might even be more than what I said, right? It really just depends, I think, on how Grandma's knitwear goes about getting through, some of this cotton. So, what I might end up doing is just kind of run a bit of a test, see how much that they're able to get through, and then if they're not able to get through enough, which I think they won't, we'll probably put all of the bales from this field and what is going to be coming up very soon, the field down here, which will be ready, it looks like, next month. We'll put that in another Grandma's knitwear and kind of offset a little bit of the amount of cotton, so there's more possibility for us to make more clothes in a shorter period of time, if that makes sense, right? How's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well. Things are good, man. Things are good. All things considered, I am still, at least at the time of this recording, I'm still having severe issues with being able to get any map to download. I've even gone to the point of trying to download one of the smallest sized maps in ModHub. It was like 50 megabytes or something, whatever it is. Right now, if some of you were saying maybe it's a space issue, it's not. Right now it says I've used up 56% of the space that I can utilize from ModHub. So there's plenty of room there. It's thousands of megabytes that are available. This one I'm just trying to install now. Like I told you, it's 50 megabytes. It's like a Calm Lands type of map. It's just completely open. Nothing but grass. Still won't install. So I don't know what the problem is. I really don't. I wish I did. I wish I did know what the problem is, but I just simply do not know what the problem is. Yeah, we're going to have to just kind of carry on, I guess. Status quo for the time being. We'll keep running the Can You Survive 25 series. At least we have that at our disposal, along with this one, and of course the Triple Threat Challenge. We'll just keep running those until hopefully fix releases, I guess I should say, to hopefully resolve this for us. I have tried pretty much everything that I could possibly try. I've the clearing the cache, I've tried literally all that stuff. Nothing's working. I can install some things. I can install equipment and different other mods, pastures, things like that. I can do that, but I cannot, for whatever reason, get a map to install. Doesn't make any sense. Perhaps there's a mod that I have installed that's causing some kind of conflict with the maps. I don't know. I don't know what it would be, though. The only thing that I've recently installed was the emergency pack that came out from Giants, which was free. I think that's the only thing I've recently installed, so I don't know what it would be. Maybe it's that. Maybe that pack has an issue with it on Xbox alone specifically. I don't know. But yeah, that's where we're at. A couple other notes real quick. So I mentioned this, I think, briefly in the last episode. I'm going to briefly mention it again here, so just bear with me for a minute. The shop is likely going to be going live this weekend or very near it. I've got it all pretty much set at this point. I just need to kind of organize a few other things, get some things set up specifically so I can run it. Shameless plug for my members, though. They do, if you're a tier or the mid-tier or the high tier, you do get a discount on the shop. I'm going to be adding that as an extra bonus incentive for being a member on the channel. So that'll be nice for them. When it first goes live, I likely will be doing a bit of a discount right off the bat just for our go live sale, if you will. But yeah, I'm very excited about it, man. I'm really happy with how everything's turned out for the most part. I will say that I have made the decision to kind of combine both of my channels. So a lot of you know, I've been around for a while. I do have two channels. I've got this channel, and then I have a second channel, which is not Farming Simulator related at all. But I have made the decision that instead of making two separate shops, I'm just going to utilize it all in one shop. And then I'll have, the areas, kind of segregated out where, a farming area and then a Zorch entertainment or other game area, whatever I want to call it. I'm going to do that. So don't be surprised if you see things on the shop that's not only farming related. There is going to be stuff from my other channel. I just think it makes it simpler. Very similar reason to why I have, my Discord. I call it the Zorch Nexus, right? The reason I call it that is because I have both channels on there. It just makes it more simpler and just makes it easier for me to manage, right? Right now, as it currently stands, when I'm recording this, I'm going to try to probably get another one done. I hope before then. I'm not quite sure I'll get it done or not, but I have 4 farm shirts and 2 non-farm shirts currently, so 6 total shirts that'll be out there at launch. I'm hoping to get one more. Like I said, if I can get one more farm one done, I'll be very happy with that. But if not, I'm still extremely happy with the 4 that I have out there. As I mentioned before, I've run tests on them. I bought the first one. It was great. I made one minor modification to it. I didn't think it was going to cause any issues. I probably didn't need to buy another one, but nonetheless, I did buy another shirt just to verify that everything was kosher and that how I expected it and the quality that I wanted, and it is. So I'm very, very happy with that. Because again, if I'm going to put something out there and offer you the ability to buy something from me, I'm not going to sell something to you that I don't think is good quality. Real quick though, I did say I was going to keep all the shirts at $30, and that is a true statement for the farming stuff. All the shirts are at $30. I will say the entertainment, the two other shirts that are not farming related, they are $35 just because they are more expensive to print. You'll see why when you see them, I think. But they are just a little bit more expensive, so I had to bump it up a little bit. But the farming shirts are going to be $30, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure they always stay at $30. Now, one thing I need to kind of figure out, and this is the only thing that I haven't really figured out in regard to that, so I am going a little bit further than I said I was going to go in the shop, so just bear with me for a minute, though. But one thing I haven't fully figured out yet is what other shirt colors I want to offer. Right now, it's literally just white for all 4 of them. Well, really all 6 of them, as a matter of fact, but I think it'll make sense when you see it. I'm just not quite sure how they will turn out in any other color shirt besides white. So I'll probably do a white and like an off-white, like a cream, maybe a creamish off-white cream, whatever. And then maybe I'll add a few of the other darker colors, maybe in like light dark colors, like a gray or something like that. I don't know, but once you see it, once it goes live, and I like I said, I'll make a post about it on here and on Discord and everything else, and I'll probably talk about it when it goes live briefly for each series as well. And then every once in a while on a blue moon, I'll probably bring it up again. But yeah, that's the only thing I really haven't fully figured out yet is the colors. I always think the colors are a little weird sometimes because, like, something looks really good on one color, but then you put it on another color and it doesn't look as good. You know what I mean? So I'll figure that out, though. But I'll probably at least offer 3 colors, I would think. I think 3 colors is probably sufficient. I don't think I need to offer 50 colors. I don't think that's necessary. Let's see, what else? Can You Survive 25 is still rolling. The reason we're still rolling that, as I mentioned already earlier on, still having issues with the mod hub to be able to download maps. So we're still running that. I'm actually kind of partially happy we are, though, because we're getting a lot of good progress. We're doing a lot of cool things on that series. If you haven't watched it in a while, I recommend you go back and check it out. I know it's my least probably watched series, and I totally get it, but we are doing some really cool stuff right now. So if you haven't watched it in a while, I recommend going and checking it out. We just recently upgraded the forklift to a skid steer. We got a stone breaker. We got rid of some stones on a new area of land that we purchased, and then started creating it into a field. We actually started the process of Farm 3, although we don't have any land yet. We have 2 pieces of equipment for Farm 3. So things are moving along really well there. They really are. Soon enough, I hope that we'll have some flatter type of land on Farm 2 where we can actually start doing crude oil. There is a crude oil mod that I have installed. I initially had it installed thinking I might utilize it for the competitive one-tile challenge. Ended up not doing so. In hindsight, I probably should have, but we're going to do it in the Can You Survive 25 series, because in the Can You Survive 25 series, we have Farm 2 is an oil farm. Well, it's an oil, well, really, yeah, I guess just oil farm. So right now we're doing sunflower oil and canola oil. Soon enough, I want to do some rice oil as well, but there's also that mod, and since it's crude oil, it's still oil. It's a different kind of oil, but it's still oil, but we're going to incorporate that in one way or another for Farm 2, so I'm very, very excited about that. Very excited about that. I kind of know how the whole crude oil production, there's like multiple different things you have to put down. It's super expensive, but I kind of know how all of it works, but there's still a lot to learn there. There's still a lot to be done, so. Okay, the worker is still going, I hope. I haven't really seen a whole lot of the worker, but yeah, they're going over there. Okay, good. Good. Because I kind of want to get this whole section done here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do something a little awkward here. I'm just going to cut that off right there. And I'm going to get all of this on this side done, because this is kind of the curve area, so that way I can just do some more traditional up and downs, and it looks a little bit better, I guess, for the eye. Now, today, we've got to get the rest of this field done, of course, and then we've got some plowing to do on both of these fields, the field that we harvested in the last episode, the coastal cotton, and this field. And then we've got the wheat field that we need to get reseeded, right? We've got that one all plowed up. I think we need to get the rocks up too, I think. I think there's still some rocks in there. But this field here, we got to get that taken care of as well. So there's a decent amount to do today. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to get everything that I just said done today. If we run out of time, we run out of time. It is what it is. But ideally, we'd like to get the wheat in at a bare minimum over there, and then get the coastal cotton field plowed up and at least some oilseed radish put in. That's the ideal situation. If we have to wait 1 month on this one, so be it. I'm fine with that. We just always really want to have, at least 2 cotton fields kind of growing at all times, and right now we do, because we have this field and this field, right? But this field's going to be ready, as I expect, next episode. So then it's just going to be this one over here, right? Now, it is saying that there's some orange spots here that were missed, so I'm kind of thinking that maybe I should head back over there. So we already utilized a worker, or tried to utilize a worker in the last episode, but it didn't really seem like they were going across those spots, but it didn't really seem like they were doing much. But I'm kind of feeling like I should maybe at least attempt to go back over there and try those orange spots. Or try to line it up as best I can with those orange spots and see if we get anything else out of that. I don't expect we're going to, but we could take a peek at least. There are a few other orange spots around in here as well, but hopefully the worker will take care of that. See what else. I talked about this already. I still don't know yet. It hasn't been confirmed. I'm hoping it'll be confirmed tomorrow at the latest. If I'm going to Toronto or not, it appears I am, but I don't know for sure. It hasn't fully been confirmed, as I mentioned. It's unfortunate. I don't really specifically want to be going. The reason I don't want to be going, bear with me for a minute, but it's because for my second channel, right now I'm playing through Red Dead Redemption 2, and soon, at the time when we're going to Toronto, Halo Campaign Evolved, which is like a remake of the original Halo, which has a soft spot in my heart. I love the original Halo. Anyway, it comes out that week for those of us who have pre-ordered it, and I have done so. So it's a little unfortunate because I'm going to be a little behind on getting that started, and I really want to get that started. I'm really excited about it. I hope they didn't screw it up. I don't. I have no belief in them, so I feel like they probably didn't do as good of a job as they could, because they really haven't done that good of a job since Bungie's left. That's my personal opinion. Halo Infinite was a step in the right direction, but it still wasn't perfect. So we'll see, I guess. But yeah, that's coming on that channel. So if that interests you at all, I would love to have you over there. And if you did come from here to watch over there, make sure you let me know. I'm interested to see how many individuals who watch this channel may also watch that channel. Maybe it's none. I don't know. But if you do watch that channel or my other channel every once in a while, let me know down below. And let me know what it is you like to watch. That's not Farming Simulator down below. I'm always interested to hear that. I personally like to do, on my other channel, a mixture of just playing through campaign type of games, first-person shooters, and then mostly like hack and slash Dynasty Warriors type of stuff. That's normally what I prefer, what I like. That's just my thing. I've always done that. I love the original Dynasty Warriors stuff. The growing up, that was 100% my childhood. There's definitely cotton here we're missing. I see it going up. Interesting. Okay. So you guys were correct. I know you guys said this a while ago that there's bits of it that I was missing before. And you were 100% on the money. You are on the money. There is bits there that's being missed. Even though it looks like it's been harvested. It's interesting. That's the reason why the worker was doing their thing, too. Awesome. Well, at least we got a few more liters out of this. Okay, I'm going to let the worker do the rest of it, I think. Hopefully they get the rest of that done without any issues. And that's I know I'm paying them money, and it's going to take them a while to do it. I get that, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. So we're going to get this back to the shed. I'll just do this a bit of a jump cut here. We'll get this back to the shed, and then we'll jump in one of the tractors, and we'll start... should we put that in the wheat? I think we probably should, right? I think this is plowed. Yes, we should probably put the wheat in. We might have rocks over there to get rid of, too, actually, now that I say that. I don't remember. Did we get rid of the rocks in the last episode? I'm talking to you like you can answer me right now. You'll answer me when you watch it, but... I don't know. We might not. We might have already done the rocks. Well, regardless, if we have to do the rocks, we do the rocks. But let's get the weed in there, and then we can come over here and plow our coastal cotton field, because we are now pretty confident. By saying pretty confident, the map shows there's nothing missed, right? So, all right, let's get to work. progress here. We got the weed in over there. There were stones in that field that I had to get up, as you clearly saw. We're going to get oilseed radish into this field today as well. We're going to get this field finished up with plowing, and then we're going to get oilseed radish in it. As soon as I get down here to the end, and I'm going to come up one more time, I'm actually going to throw this on a worker, because I do believe our worker is done over here. So then we can go over here and pick up the bales. Yeah, they are done. So we can move that out of the way and get the bales up off of this. And kind of go from there, right? Now, we'll probably take a worker a little bit of time to get this done. I actually had to go in here once again and change the offset here. For whatever reason with this plow, I don't know why it does it. It sets the offset at negative 0.7 or whatever, and that's the reason why the strips are all a little weird the way that it works out. So if you remove that offset, though, it's perfectly fine. Goes down the middle like it's supposed to. You don't leave little tiny strips. I don't know why it's automatically set that way. It really doesn't make any sense, but yeah, whatever. It is what it is, I guess. All right, let's put this on a worker. The worker can continue working this. Okay. And we've got to find the other harvester. There it is. And we'll bring this on back. It'll take me a little bit to walk this back here. We'll use the Fiat and get the bales up here, and then we've got to make that decision pretty quickly here on Grandma's Knitwear. The problem is, right now we don't have any money, but we do know we're going to be selling things today as well. So realistically, I guess I could go sell some stuff first and then come back and make the decision about Grandma's Knitwear. Specifically, we've got... Ooh, the crickets. Ooh, they're out of water. Ooh, we need to get that going too. So we've got some more maintenance type of stuff to do today here, for sure, for sure. The sorghum, the problem with the sorghum that I talked about kind of in the last episode is I'm not quite sure how much of it to sell, if any of it. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, you know, we've got this wheat field here, but it's still a ways out before it's going to be ready to actually harvest. Our chickens are going to need food, right? And I think that might have been where I ended up getting in the last episode, but to be fair, bear with me for a minute, to be fair, I don't remember. Yeah, I think that might have been the decision I ended up coming to, is that it doesn't make sense for us to actually sell the sorghum because we're going to need it for the chickens. 1, 2, 3, 6 of them. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, 500 chickens, they're going to chew through food quickly, right? How much is sorghum worth right now? But the best it possibly could be worth. Yeah, I guess it really depends on Grandma's Knitwear here. What are we going to do with this, right? Are we going to put another one down? If we're going to put another one down, we need to sell some sorghum. Maybe the eggs aren't bad still. Let me check the eggs. I mean, they're probably dropping significantly at this point, but we can check them anyway. Yeah, they dropped a bit. And I say a bit, they've dropped $500. I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to do that. We've put too much money into the food there for the chickens. We'll hold on to the eggs until it's best to sell them, or until we can combine them with something else, of course. I'm going to give them one more pallet for now. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I always can sell the chickens too, right? I can sell some of those. I mean, there's still a lot of cotton in there. I just have a feeling that we're gonna have a lot left over in there. So I think it makes the most sense, really, for us to put it down again. And realistically, I kind of want to keep it in line with this one if I can. Again, pretty difficult to do on console because every little movement, it's not going to be straight. What are we overlapping right here? I don't see us overlapping anything. I'm going to put it right there. Okay, we've got 2 of them. We got the grannies working full force here. We only have $858 to our name, so we definitely need to sell some of that sorghum. The sunflowers, what are they? I always forget the sunflowers. March, so they're coming up. Price is not great, but it's not terrible right now, but it's starting to increase, so that's good. We can sell the crickets. The crickets are going to get us back in a better spot money-wise, so I'm not too concerned about the sorghum based off of that. But we do need to get some water over there to the crickets, having said that, so we can get them back up and operational again, because at current, they are not operational. Now, I read some comments recently. I think I got all the comments replied to now at this point, at least at the time of this recording I do. And a lot of you said, well, you know, doesn't the baler there for the cotton have the ability to tell you how many bales are there? Yeah, it probably does, but I just, in the hindsight of that period of time, I didn't really look at it, but I'm talking about the last episode specifically here. In the last episode I was talking about, I wonder how many bales we actually got here. But that is definitely one way to do it, and it's also a way to really make sure that you didn't miss any bales, you know. But my tactic also worked well, right? Just doing the high overview, if you will. Alrighty, we're just gonna do a little whip with the trailer there, but whatever. So we're still getting quite a bit of bales off this field, honestly. It's a good thing. It's a real good thing. Yeah, the worker's almost done already over there. And we've got another pallet, full pallet, I should say, of wool over here. So I can take that wool and put it into our new Grandma's Knitwear as well. I think in the last episode I brought up the fact that a lot of you mentioned about Grandma's Knitwear and how I talked about, you know, potentially going to a point where we start making fabric first before we send it there. And you're right, it probably wouldn't make a huge difference based off of how Grandma's Knitwear is set up. But, you know, if we're going to continue to be, or at least attempt to do the approach of having a pretty big cotton, you know, farm on this quadrant of the map at least, you know, I kind of want to do it the real way, you know, at some point. So even though it wouldn't be a huge increase or a huge change and it would take longer, I'm actually kind of okay with doing that as we move along here, but it's not going to be anytime soon, of course. There's not really any cheap fabric. Well, there are, but they're really slow. Right, I think we might have got them all. Again, yes, I could have probably went into the harvester itself and looked to see how many bales spawned, but, you know, this way works just as well, in my opinion. Was that one? No, I guess not. Just looked like one from that angle for some reason. There's one. Okay, looks like that's the only one we missed. We actually did pretty well. There we go. We are all done with this field. We're not going to plow this field up today. We'll focus on doing this one in the next episode for sure, in February. But we will get started on putting this in here for Grandma's Knitwear Part 2, or Section 2, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to have to do all of this by hand, just like we did before, which is unfortunate, but you know what? It's fine. Let's go ahead and get it started. And I'll do a few more here, and then I'll do the rest of this off camera. Like I said, I just don't want... It feels sometimes that this can be a little nauseating watching this, so... Because of that reason, I normally don't put this on camera. At least when I'm going back and looking at it in the edit, it looks a little nauseating. But maybe it's not, I don't know. I don't know, you guys can let me know. Maybe it's not, but... Alright, I'll get these over here, and then, yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, they are all in there. There's another 14,000 liters. Well, nope, I'm sorry, 9,991 liters, so still, that's a pretty significant amount, right? So this is good. This is good. We're going to make a lot of clothes out of all this. Lots of clothes. This is going to be great. I can't wait for a couple months from now when we've got $400,000 or $500,000 worth of money incoming just from the clothes alone. Huge, 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 huge money is going to be coming soon. That's why I labeled the last episode, Here Comes the Money, because it's true. Here comes the money. I'm going to grab the wool really quick while we're up here. Why not? Right? So we'll bring this back, and then I'm going to do some trips, I think, with some water for the crickets and get them going again. I'm going to go ahead and turn them back on because I will have water in there by the time 1 o'clock hits, so we shouldn't incur any extra fee or anything like that. Okay, the wool's going. All right, we're good. Good, good, good. All right. Already started. 18 liters of clothes already created, which is great for us, right? I'm going to pull this back over to where it belongs. We'll grab the water tank. I'm going to get some water into the crickets. You've seen me do this 1,000 times. I'll just do this off camera. And then, yeah, we'll probably go and sell some of those crickets for sure. And I'll make a decision, I guess, more about what I'm going to do with the sorghum, if we're going to sell it at all. And the more I'm thinking about it, I think we did talk about this a lot in the last episode, and the more I think about it, the more I'm leaning towards not selling the sorghum, and in other words, saving it for the chickens, because I'm afraid we are going to run out. I really am. I'm afraid we're going to run out of food for the chickens, and while I can sell some chickens to help offset, you know, that how much they're chewing through it, I don't want them really to do that, and I'd prefer to have it be full with the 531 because it's going to make us a lot of eggs and in the long run make us a lot of money. All right, this should really be the last trip we have to do here. It's not going to be completely full, but it's going to be really close, and I'm not really going to go all the way down there for another 400 liters. Not even really. Just barely. So we'll go ahead and grab the trailer here, and we're going to get the crickets up on top of it and go and sell those to get our money back into a right spot. I got the worker already started on putting oilseed radish into the ground there in our coastal cotton field, which is a good thing for us, right? Get that going. Okay, let's get on the forklift here. So this will be a smooth about 5,000 bucks we'll get off these pallets here, which is great. That puts us back pretty much kind of where we started. Well, a little less than where we started, but after utilizing the workers for a little while, pretty much where we started. All right, this is going well. We are now stuck in the trailer. Okay, wonderful. Let's try this. Let's try lowering it to the ground, I guess. And hoping that fixes it, maybe? Now we're worse. Now we're stuck in there worse. Oh, this is great. How wonderful. How wonderful life is right now. This is just wonderful. Okay, now I've just completely lost us as a person. Come on, please, please. All right, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to try something else. Nope, that's not working. I'm literally just sliding across the ground here. Hey, all right. Okay, that was miserable, but all right, we got it done. That was way more difficult than it ever should have been. Okay, let's not do that again, clearly. Let's get this last one here. Okay. I guess we just got a little bit too close there underneath, and it just got all combobulated, I guess. I don't know. They're up there now, though, so we can go make some money off this and get ourselves back into a good spot. The workers likely to be halfway done with that field by the time this is all done because of how long it took us to resolve that. I did move the plow out of where we would. I put it over there because, well, we're going to be utilizing this as a, a makeshift track for a while until we spend the money to put the track down, right? So it was kind of in the way where I had it, so I decided just to move it elsewhere. Alright, let's get a little bit of money back in the bank account, huh? Nice, 13,141, so better than I thought. It must be the best time to sell them right now. I didn't think it was. I thought they were pretty much the same all the way out throughout the year, but maybe I looked at it wrong. I swear they weren't. It wasn't a huge change. No, it's not. It's actually the worst time to sell them right now, but we're getting almost 2,000. I thought we only got a little over 1,000 each. We got almost 2,000 each. That's even better. Good. That puts us at 13. That's a lot better. That's a lot better of a spot to be in, right? A lot better. Yeah, I keep talking about this. It would be great to have it. There's no way really for us to get that unless we sold some clothes right now, and I'm just not really willing to do that. I think we can get something larger when time comes. If, of course, we don't go with the cotton harvester, or if we don't have enough money to buy something else after the cotton harvester. I don't know. It would be nice to have. I'm not quite sure it makes a whole lot of sense because we don't really have that money to spend right now. I don't know what the workers doing here. They're kind of all over the place. They were doing some weird... I guess they're still doing the same kind of weird diagonal passes as they were before. Yeah, there's actually not much left for them to do, really. They've actually done a pretty decent job, all things considered. So we're going to take over for the worker here once they get down to the end and they stop, and we will kind of do the rest here. I'm going to go against the grain here. I'm going to do the headlands first, like I always do. No, realistically, I should be doing what the worker's doing there, but I'm going to do the headlands first. I just like doing the headlands first. I don't know why. The game allows it, and, well, you could do it in real life, too, but it wouldn't be really good for the field, specifically, to go that approach, because eventually you're going to drive over top of it, so it's not going to be perfect little rows of seeds. But that's okay, right? The game allows it, and this is how I like to do it, so we're going to do it this way. But you know what we got to do? Let's get the rest of this field done. It shouldn't take too long. There really isn't a much left to do here. 3 headland passes and then a few more up and downs here, and we'll be done with this field. like I said, did not take too long at all, but that field is all done. Oilseed radish is in, so that'll be good for us as we move along into February, because we'll be able to plow that up and get the cotton right back in there, and then the other fields we can take care of then as well, which will be, we'll have a field to harvest for cotton, and we'll have this knife cotton field that needs to be plowed up and put some oilseed radish in it as well. So we'll have plenty to do next month as well. Now, a lot of you mentioned that you know, nothing really withers when you don't have seasons on, and you're correct. I didn't even think about it because I just never really play without seasons on. So, yeah, but you're correct. But we're going to leave the episode at that point. We've got Granny's Sweatshop over here. Probably going to have a third one at some point, I'm sure, if we continue this process. But Granny's Sweatshop is moving along nicely. There's the 167 liters of clothes in there. But, yeah, we're cruising, man. We're going to have a lot of clothes for us to sell here come April, May, whenever the best time is. I think it's April, right? April for clothes. I'm almost positive it's April. Yeah, April. So we're cruising along, man. But, yeah, a couple more months, and we'll be having all the money in the bank account and figuring out exactly what we're going to do with all the money that we've got. So we'll leave it here. Thanks so much for watching, gang. If you did enjoy it, I would greatly appreciate if you smash the like and subscribe button. Thanks to my members for all of their continued support. There's a link down below if you want early access to videos like this one. Maybe consider becoming a member on the channel. Make sure you check out my second channel. Make sure you check out the Discord. Everything, as always, is down below for you. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for your support. As always, it does mean an absolute ton to me. And I'll see you next time.